Hi guys, Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting life. Welcome to episode 3 of the Insomniac quilting series, which is get in your pajamas, get all warm and cozy, and join me while I create something random and weird, or finish a project, or start a new project, or something. Well, tonight I was like thinking in my head, how can I do something? How can I do something? How can I do something? So I finally said, you know what? I have this big, huge box of, oh my God, I forgot the word already. It'll come to me. I have this big old box of fabric. Now I can't think of what it's called. Okay, it's tablecloth fabric. That's all the word I could think of. Anyway, gingham. There we go. I have this big box of gingham, and in the garage, I have a big tote tub, plumb full of more. This is just what's in here for me to get this out of my head. So, if you are new to my channel, head down there, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, get notifications when I'm live. Don't forget to like and share my videos. So, hi Vicki, welcome. I know that some of us can't sleep, so that's why I have this Insomniac series. I'll show you right now. Hold on. Oh, and remember, I can't talk that loud because everybody in the house is asleep, so I need to be kind of quiet. So I went through. In Facebook on the in the group, in the Tiffany's Quilting Life community quilting group. June, I think it was, posted a picture of a 40 blade, big, huge Dresden. I just have to do it. So I went online, and you can't really find the measurements. I couldn't find anything about it. And I created, by using paper tape to put paper together, a 24-inch 9-degree Dresden. Now, I did this a while back. But obviously all my paper templates aren't coming out the way I had hoped. Well, this one hopefully is correct. So I don't have much of this stuff. I had this template paper stuff. Now I'm kind of out, but I have to get more. I put it on this, and then I marked it by inch so that I can remember for other things. It is a 9-degree. I need 40 blades. So we're going to see if this works, because I can't afford the ruler. Why not make my own? So I took the gingham and cut 40 different colors. And let me tell you guys, I have more than 40 different colors of gingham. This is just the amount that I had that will fit this length. Because a lot of them are scraps in here too. But yeah, I have a lot of gingham. So this is, why not do it with this? So what I'm going to do is press all these. I cut like 4.5, 5-inch strips. They need to be more than 4.5 because they need to be able to fit the top of this, which is 4.5. And I cut a bunch of strips, and now all I need to do now is press them all and then cut them into this Dresden thing for 40 of, sew the tops of 40 of them, and then sew them together in hopes that the amount that comes together lays flat, because that's what I'm worried about, is the 1/4-inch seam and so on and so forth. And I don't want to cut the good fabric that I think I want to do for this in a pieced project, not just single strips, but I actually did the math on a pieced project. I did the math on a pieced project. Don't know if you can tell. And I want to be able to do that, and I can't do it until I do this first. So let's go over to the ironing board and press all these nice and open. So I'm just gonna put this here. I'm gonna bring my phone over here so that I can read in case you guys comment. And I'm just gonna open each one of these strips. And that doesn't even look long enough. I'm kind of using my paper. Oh, look at that, that's plenty long. I'm using the paper to make sure that all my pieces are the length that to cut this, these blades out. I'm hoping this works. If it works, then I can tell you guys how I did it. I think I wrote it down somewhere. I'm going to stack all these over here nicely on top of each other so that I can cut them all at once. So if you see me out of the screen, it's because I'm stacking everything up as nice as I can. I'm going to do like 10 at a time because gingham's kind of thin, so I'm pretty sure I can cut through 10 layers of gingham nicely. And there's 40 different colors here. Like, seriously. My goal for the gingham was to do a series of, my original goal for this was to do a series of picnic blankets, picnic quilts. And I haven't done that yet. Instead, I decided to start using it as a practice fabric to design stuff. If it doesn't look long enough, it has to be, but I need all this to be nice and flat. It was kind of shoved in a box, so I'm going to make it work. Yeah, that's got to be plenty long. So I'm just going to press and place over there, press and place over there, over and over until I have everything over there. And this probably might turn out really cool because it is made with gingham. So I'm just stacking them up. I think I'm on 5. We'll see in a second. I didn't even count. Once I feel that the pile is big enough, then I'll start trimming them. I got 6 of you on here. Hello, you guys could talk. I know it's late and all, but if you can't talk, then that's okay, because if you're on like a regular TV or something, but without a keyboard, but feel free to say something. Say hi. Oh, come on, screen. There we go. What's everybody doing up so late? Can you guys not sleep either? You guys having insomnia issues like me? Hi, Shelly. I like when you guys chit chat with me. It makes me feel like I'm not alone. I'm the only one awake making videos in the middle of the night. Because it's 1:14 a.m. here. I'll probably have to line all these colors up nicely after I situate everything, line them all up in a nice fashion. At least so if it does come out properly, it looks okay and it looks good to the eye, I guess. All right, I think that's enough to start. So I'm letting the dogs out. Okay. If I'm blocking the camera at all in any way, it is because I need to be right here. But now, I'm going to get out of the way. I'm going to start by laying my template on here. And I better not cut this thing because this is the only paper stuff that I have. I'm going to lay this template on here, center with all these pieces, and I'm going to put my ruler on here, which is not long enough, but I'm going to lay it on the edge of my template as best as possible. It's kind of hard to see through this ruler. We're going to make it work. And I'm going to cut. Oops, I heard it. It hit my template. And I need a different blade. I need a bigger blade. All right. And try not to move the ruler or the template. And we'll come all the way to the top and off. Now, I have to get the bottom right here real quick. Down just a little. I'm going to carefully lift this ruler out of the way. check it. Looks good to me. Oops, don't move it. I'm going to come right here on this side. And I think I'm going to use more than one ruler for this project. And I'm going to block the camera for a second, guys, while I cut the bottom part out of this template. So I just cut all those off. And most of this I can actually use again once I cut this off right here. And I will use up to about that much. And the rest of this is garbage. But these I can use for something else, and the rest of this just goes back into my box. Alright, now I'm going to flip this whole thing like this. I'm going to lay that piece back on there. I kind of moved. I only have one template to work with. And if I use the paper, I'll end up cutting the paper even more so than anything else. So I'm going to start by lining this up down here. Lining it up on here. All the way. Nicely. I'm not going to cut my template. Here, just save those up there actually. And I'm going to come down this end, chop the rest of that, and now I'm going to take the ruler up very carefully again, and I'm going to use my small ruler, block the camera, and cut the top part really nice and straight. And now I have to do that a bazillion more times. Because I need 40 wedges for this to work. I'm going to put my box down there. Okay. So here is a bunch for now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did 8 just now. So I'm just going to fold them up out of the way real quick. And we're going to cut, or press and cut some more. So let's go back to the ironing board so that you guys can at least chit chat with me while I do this. Like I said, some of these pieces I cut really big because of what was available. So I kind of just cut what was available. I think I'm going to cut the tops and bottoms off first. Make this a little bit easier. And gingham is like batiks. It's hard to tell what side is what, but it's a little bit brighter on the side that is the side that you're gonna be using. Your right side, I guess, is what it's called. See, some of these were really funky pieces of fabric, but that's okay. I shall use it. I will use everything that I got. I'm trying to adjust these because some are bigger than others, and I don't want small ones on the bottom. Just thinner pieces. Alright. Really hope this works, guys. I'm 100% anxious to see what will happen. Because if it works, and I don't need to go buy a $40 template, then I could actually make my idea. And I'd make more than my idea, actually. I can make several different things with this concept. The only thing I don't know yet would be the measurements around the outer side, because this is just like any Dresden that needs to be appliqued onto something. I have no idea what it would need to be. I'm guessing I can just buy some whatever fabric and make it work. Like some 108 or something, and then cut it down and add it on and use the rest for something else. You know what I mean? But I'm going to put this together like any Dresden, except there's 40 blades instead of 20. And I want them pressed first because some of these are really wrinkled from being in the box. Doesn't look long enough. Oh wow, that's so close. So close. It will work. Another thing about gingham is it shreds really easily, so I have to be very careful putting it together. Because I don't want a ton of shredding ruining my project. It's like the person that had all this before me definitely had a thing for these kind of fabrics for tablecloth stuff. Maybe they made tons of tablecloths or something. I'm going to cut this one down because this is long. Let's see. Perfect right there. I'm just going to leave that right here with me. And some of it will be going with the grain, some of it will be going against the grain. Unfortunately, I cannot change any of that. Put that short one on top so you can see. Yeah, I'm going to cut them all that length. I'm getting a nice stack going. Well, two different stacks, really. Like I said, I have tons of scraps too, so I was making sure that everything works. I'm also laying them over here with the right side facing upward. Alright, let's get a couple skinny ones on that skinny file, and then I can cut 2 more stacks. It's going to be so fun. And let's put 1 more in that stack and cut 2 more stacks. Most of these are the width of fabric, which is 44 inches for gingham, so that's why they look really, really, really long. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera. There we go. Let's do 2 more, except I'm going to trim these first. All this excess is not needed. Blocking the camera for a second. So I'm going to throw this over here. And we'll cut this right there also. Okay, so 2 stacks are ready. Let's keep them nice and straight. We're going to start with stack 1. Let's put that up there at the top. I'm going to start with the end. That way I have a nice straight edge. So I'm going to block the camera. I'm going to cut my nice straight bottom off. I can use all those because those are still big enough. Alright, now I'm going to take carefully, let's cut the top off too. That way we have 100% not moving straight piece. Blocking the camera. I'm not going to save any of those because those are too tiny. Now, if that's all nice and flush, we're going to take the ruler. I'm going to carefully lay it on here. Like that. Nice and flush. Nothing's moved. Slide it over. I'm going to use this smaller ruler to get the bottom. There we go. Just put that in that pile. We're going to pick this ruler up carefully because this is my new one. Carefully. Oops, I adjusted it right there. I'm going to put it on the other side now. Nope, we need to flip it because that's not going to work. I'm not going to try to cut that left-handed. Flip it around. Let's try this again. Line everything back up. And it looks like I need to trim some of this real quick. Right here. I want it to be exact as best as I possibly can. There we go. That up. Alright. Everything's nice and flush. Nothing's moved. Let's do this again. I'm going to lay it right up here. Not shifting or adjusting anything. On my template. I don't want to cut my template though. There we go. Oh, good. Look at that. Alright, so we have more. Let's lay that on this one now. So here's some more blades, and that doesn't look very straight right there. It's like a wobble. I'm going to fix it. Right there. It's kind of hard to get this perfect because I'm reaching so far. I don't think some of these wobbles are really going to matter too much, but I'm trying to make sure if that makes any sense at all. Alright, so there's a bunch more. Let's try to bring this closer. There. Center. I guess I'll cut the sides first and see what the difference is with cutting the sides, then the top to bottom. There. At the edge of my template. Not use pieces that small. Alright. I'm going to move the template this time grab this smaller one, finish the end. Make something with that, all that junk. And cut this end off. I do not recommend cutting under your arm. Turn the whole thing around very carefully, just like that. Keep that in nice. Keep this in nice. This is a lot of prep, guys, for this thing so far. No snow coming down, so that's good. Keeping the weather nice at least. I'm blocking the camera, guys. Chopped all my ends off. Put this other ruler on it now. Wind up on that end. Wind up on this end. Just like this. I carefully cut that out first. Okay, that looks good. Nice and even. Okay, here's another stack of them. All right, let's cut some more. It's going to be hard when I do the next project if this works. All right, let's turn the camera and press some more. And stack some more. Hold on, let's make sure that we have, ooh, that's like cutting it close. Let's start with this end right here. Okay, that way I have plenty. Hi, Misty. Welcome to Insomniac Hour. All right. I'm having fun attempting to see if something works before I cut things up. I don't want to cut my good stuff until I know this works. Hi, Lacey. What you doing awake? Okay, so I'm just going to keep stacking them away from the screen. As well as I'm chopping off all the excess prior to. I think that's going to make things a little bit easier for me. I'm going to just keep this right here and do this. Bam! That way I don't have to worry about too much excess. Nice and pressed. I'm stacking them out of the screen for a moment for now. Oh, is that wide enough? No. Yes. Okay, this one's going to be cutting it close. $40 different gingham fabrics, guys. 40. That's a lot. Probably should have been smart and prepped everything before going live, but I did cut out 40 different fabrics. Oh, that's plenty. Hi, Jim. Getting snow. I hate snow. Tiffany, I'm on a Roku. Lurker, LOL. I love the Insomniac series. Well, this is just episode 3. I can only catch it when I'm awake, but I took a medication yesterday that has my brain wired as hell. So, unfortunately, somehow, some miraculous way, the medication must still be running through my already crazy brain. That doesn't look wide enough. Well, that is wide enough. Not much wide enough, but my feet are cramping, by the way, guys. Seriously, burn cramping. It's quite annoying. Let's see. Iowa on Roku. Also, keep it up there. Yeah, keep your snow. Did I say hi to April? Okay, yeah, I did this evening. Okay. I'm in Texas, 62 right now. It'll be 27 tomorrow night. That's a big difference. Definitely a big difference in 2 nights. It's probably I think it's 56 outside right now. Last time I looked. Which is below my 70 standard, so. Because I only do 70 degrees or higher. I cannot stand cold weather, like at all, whatsoever. Okay. Keep going to be. Lay this right here, and I'm just guesstimating. Texas here too, April. Our high is 30 today. Real first snow of the season. Yes, cold front is coming, but 36 by 10 a.m. Yikes. Supposed to take our truck to the shop today. I don't know why I said trunk. Going until, hold on, why did I say, okay. Going to wait until Wednesday. It's supposed to be back in the 60s. I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't want to go out in the cold. I hate cold. Okay, that one's the same. And I'm wondering if I'm going to have one extra piece. This will be the one that I have one extra piece of. But that's okay. I will prep it anyway. So for those of you who are just joining, I am making a very large 9-degree 40 blade Dresden. Or at least I'm attempting it with my first attempt right now, which is with all this gingham, because I have a load of it, and I have one box in here, which is plumb full, and then I have a big, huge tub in the garage filled with it, because it was meant to be for something else, and lo and behold, I end up using it to make sure that patterns work, just like the polyester, the 60/40 poly blend stuff that I have. That's also my make sure stuff works fabric. I like when a pattern works out. But I have to cut this stuff up first and make sure that it works before I cut my good stuff. I don't want to cut anything good. Not until I know, because I designed something and I can't do it until this is done first. By the way, I'm making 3 stacks. That's why I haven't stopped yet. 22 for Jim. Yeah, definitely wait. Mine are 8 inches and took 20. Sounds pretty Tiff. Can't wait to see how it comes along. Haven't made a Dresden yet. I have all the supplies, pattern, and fabric. Just haven't had time yet. Well, I had to create my own template for this one. I have a Dresden template for a 20 blade for little Dresdens up to 8 inches. But this project needs 40 blades and also needs now I forgot what I was saying. Needs 40 blades and they're 24 inches long. So I'm hoping that I did the math correctly when I just, drew this up and took paper tape, as you can tell, because I'm cheap and I don't have a way to hook a ton of paper together. I don't have long paper, I should say. And whatchamacallit paper wasn't going to work. What is it called? What is that kind of paper called? I can't think of it. Whatever. It wasn't going to work. It's not long enough. And I don't have any packaging paper either. You do with what you got. That's what I always say, guys. Alright, almost. This yellow. I thought I grabbed 2 different yellows. That's okay, because this is just for fun. Making sure it works. It's garbage. Yeah, I originally wanted to make a bunch of tablecloth quilts. Or not tablecloth, picnic quilts. I haven't done it yet, but I have all the stuff to do it. As you can see, I have tons of stuff to do it. Just haven't done it. Not yet. Now the camera, because I'm aligning these bigger pieces to the center. Alright, a couple more colors. And then I can cut these all out. How do you calculate background fabric? I don't know yet. That's the part I haven't done. It's kind of one of those make it up as I go once I get to there. Once I have the pieces together, since it's 40 blades, it'll be 10 blades on one quarter, 10 blades on the other quarter. So it'd be 10 blade quarters. Then I will figure out the fabric. I'm thinking I'm probably just going to have to get some 108 and go from there. And just applique it onto the center of some 108 fabric and see what happens. But we'll see. I can get probably a big thing of white on white 108 fabric for at Joanne, not Joanne's, but Hobby Lobby. I don't know why I was thinking Joanne's. We don't even have a Joanne's here, and I'd have to go out of town, which I'm gonna have to do one of these days because I need to go get fabric for a customer project. And you guys are like, again with the customer stuff? Yep. I get really busy around the holidays, unfortunately, and in the summer. All right, this is the last piece I'm stacking over here, and then I'm going to cut these all now. Just trying to center them. Hold on, and I'll turn the camera. I have 3 stacks over here now. All right. Yeah, we were talking about it because somebody had posted it in the group, Vicky, if you remember. And I made it and I found it when I was thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to finally just go ahead and do this and get it done. All right, let's lay this on here and center it up there, down here. I don't want to adjust anything. I'm going to try to do this smaller ruler a little bit at a time all the way up. I'm going to see how that goes. So I'm going to cut the bottom off first. Now I'm just going to lay this on here, cut a little bit, move the ruler, lay it on, see if it works easier than the big huge one. And so far it's not, because I'm not used to not sliding. I need to pick it up and lay it down every time. Yeah, that's not going to work every time. My other option is putting a dab of glue on the top piece of fabric, holding it somehow a different way than this. I just don't want to cut my template because it's the only one I have, and I don't have any more of this template making stuff, which kind of sucks because it's pretty awesome stuff. I got it from another quilter. Okay. Let's move these out of the way temporarily. So, turn it around. Keep it nice. That didn't work. Right there. Right there. Keep it on there really nice. Stay. Talking to my fabric guys. Now let's try to do this again. Lay it on there. From the top and work my way down, I guess. I'll look at the comments in a second when we cut this piece. Now, just got to be very careful when you're using homemade templates. That's all. Very, very, very careful. All right, now cut the top off real quickly. It's nice and even. Blocking the camera. Blocking the camera. Okay. Take this off. Those look good. Put it over there. That's how I quilt and make it up as I go. That's pretty much what I'm doing. Except I saw this on somebody else's thing and I can't afford the template and I couldn't find the accurate measurements. So I kind of went off the picture until I had something that looked like the picture. All right, I'm going to go back to the bigger ruler again because I think that was a lot easier. So I'm going to lay this up there nicely. Start by cutting the bottom off first and the top off. So I'm going to block the camera. That way I don't have to have any more adjustments. Just gonna cut that off real quick. I'm going to come up here, cut this off. You guys know me. I like to design things and I don't want to. I made this design right here on paper for those that are just joining. I designed something on paper, you can't see, and I really, I would like to do it, but I don't want to ruin the good fabric just yet in case this don't work. So that's why I'm doing this with gingham. Lots of what I call tablecloth or picnic fabric. All right, let's lay this on here again. Do this nice big, you know what? Let's get my ruler that slides. This one's just sticky. Maybe that's the problem. That could be the problem. That might be a lot easier. That slides. It doesn't stick. I love the ruler from Teresa, but it does stick to things very easily. And just don't move. And if you haven't noticed, I am cutting pieces to save. And I slide it down. Everything's still level. Go. Because I can make stuff still out of those. Pick it up. Grab the whole pile. Trim the whole thing. Lay it down. It's all nice and straight still. Look at that. Good job. Once I could start sewing, then this should go together really quickly. And I could figure out all the rest of the math for it. Slide this down and chop the rest of this off. It's all nice and straight. Bam. We knew you would. Hello. All right. And one more stack to do. Look at that, guys. Almost ready to start sewing like any other Dresden. Just in larger form. All right. Let's bring this closer to me. Right there. Start with the big side up to the top. Everything's in there. Nice and center. I'm going to go up there and cut that end off first. Blocking the camera. All right. See my whole template. Oh, nope. On my template. Don't cut the template, Tiffany. Ah. All right. Carefully slide down to the bottom. Cut straight across right there. Okay. Carefully lift. Slide it over here. Line it up. It doesn't help that this fabric is really light, the one that I put on the top. It's not going to help at all, but I'm already like pre-cutting those things off. Come down to the bottom very carefully, not over adjust anything. Bam. Now one more side to do, guys, and then I can start sewing these things and see if it works. See if I got the accurate measurements for 9 degrees. You know how hard it is to do that? The only other thing I can think of to give it to you guys after I do this is make a PDF somehow, or have someone help me make a PDF. And then you guys will just have to tape your pieces of paper together. Kind of like what I did. You know, where one segment of it is printed on one piece of paper, the other segment's on another piece. Because paper's only 8.5 by 11, so. So yeah, that's the only other thing I can think of if this works, to give you guys the pattern that I will be making from this. Besides buying the ruler, which is $40. And I don't have 40. And 90% of us quilters don't. We's all poor. We work with what we got. I think I have a little slip over here. I got an 1/8 of an inch of a mess up right here. From here to there. There we go. Okay. They are ready. Moment of truth. Let's sew them together. Move all this. In there. Wipe my blade because gingham, like I said, is very shreddy. All right. Ready to sew, guys? I'm going to make 40 blades. I'm going to unplug my iron momentarily. Okay. And my phone is charged now, so I can actually unplug it and here we go. Same with any Dresden. I have my 1/4 inch foot on for a reason. Just going to stack all these up now. I'm just going to take one right after the other, until they are all complete. And there might be more than 40 here, but I'm pretty sure there's 40. So I'm going to line them up, I guess, right here in front of me. I'm going to take one piece, and like I said, gingham is hard to tell what side's right side together, but I'm just going to show you guys on a Dresden, the top wide part, not the bottom skinny part, on any Dresden. You put that top wide part together. You can either sew from the closed end to the fold, or you can sew from the fold to the closed end. It honestly doesn't matter for me. I like sewing from the closed end at the fold because, I don't know, it creases that fold better, I guess, if that's the way to look at it. Ooh, and I better change my stitch length. Oops. So I'm just going to start chain piecing them all through. One right after the other, right after the other, right sides together. I'm just going to slide that in and sew. Have you ever thought about using those plastic cutting mats for special templates from like the Dollar Tree? I actually used those in the beginning. Table mats as templates. The thing about those is, I don't know how to say it. They don't work correctly, as you would think. Cutting them makes them a little hard, and then seeing through the fabric is even harder because you can't see through them, and they don't sell see-through table mats. So I had this paper from a quilter, which is what this is made out of. It's template stuff. It even said it on the package. This is all I had left. Well, besides the trimmings from it, which I can't make anything out of. It's got this like rough side, and it's got a super duper smooth side. You can see it on the camera. It's really smooth on this side and super rough, and it's kind of not clear. It's, I don't know, it's template paper. I don't know where to find it, but it came from a quilter that de-stashed and gave me a ton of stuff a long time ago, and I made a ton of little templates out of it in the beginning, but I didn't have a lot of it. I guess I can't tell which side is what, and I guess it's not going to really matter in the end. As long as I chain piece all of these through. So again, you can either sew them through together from the fold or away from the fold. It really doesn't matter. Like, I'll start sewing from the fold, but I don't think there's honestly any difference. I think it's just like sewing them together. It depends on your machine and how equally it pulls the fabric through. Or just how you're grabbing your pieces and sewing them through as well, I guess. I really hope this works, guys, because this is a lot of work I just did to test something. Normally it's just like a single block I make, you know? This time I'm making something really huge. And I don't even know the rest of the measurements just yet because I have to get them as I go. Oh, and I think I told you guys I'm sewing a 1/4 inch seam. It's going to be gorgeous, just as all your projects do. Hopefully it'll be cool. I don't know what to use as a background. Thinking something bright, but I don't want it to clash with the fact that all of these are gingham. I do have a lot of yardage of a brown in gingham. But I could just use white too, because none of these are plain white. So I could just use a white background. I guess this could be the start to my picnic quilts that I'll never get to making all the way. I was just going to have fun with it and make a ton of different blocks, or make traditional just patchwork of some sort just to use for picnics. I haven't done it. That's what I was supposed to do with all this. But that's okay. It works out to my advantage. I don't have to use my good stuff. Because I don't know if you guys saw on my birthday, I showed you from the quilt show. I got fabric from a friend, and it's a Free Spirit. It's a Free Spirit line, and I'm thinking that's what I want to make it out of. And it's fat quarters, and there's 20 of them. So if there's 20 pieces, I can get 40 blades because a fat quarter is 18 by 22. And if I'm piecing them together, I need at least 21 inches for my design that I've created, because I would be making it with strips in between. So as long as I have 22 inches or 21 inches, I should be good. So I want to be able to use that. I think it would look cool because it's traditional. It's like a traditional but modern, at the same time, looking fabric line. It's really nice. It would look good as a big, huge Dresden if this works. When I am done with this, I do have to poke all of them out, which shouldn't take long. It's 40 instead of 20 pieces, but should go pretty quick, I guess. Create my points and then sew them together in groups of 2 until I have groups of 10. And then I make the 4 quarters. Because this is so big, I think it needs to be made in quarters so I can find out the measurements needed to square it off plus that center circle that's going to be created, that also has to be made. Whatever color I do for my background is what my center circle will be. And that's going to be big. It's going to be the size of a plate, probably, like a kitchen dinner plate. Hi, Aunt B. Welcome to the Insomniac Sewing, where all of us crazy people hang out when we can't sleep. I'm glad I started doing this too. I didn't think there would be very many people up at night, but it seems that 10 of you are insomniacs and crazy like me, staying awake. But then some of you, it's probably morning by now too. It's 2:06 here, 3, 4, 5. So some of you have 5 a.m. already on the East Coast. The cool part about this fabric being thin is what's going to happen at my tip when I point it in. I'm not going to have to trim anything away. It'll probably lay really flat, all on its own, because it's thin. It's 4 for Vicky. 3 for Aunt B. It's 2 for me, guys. 3 for Misty. Oh, okay. Is anybody counting? See if I really do have 40. I'm not counting. I'm just sewing. And I doubt any of you are too, because this is the middle of the night. Pretty sure there's probably, if there's more than 40, it'll be just like one number off. 3 for April. All right, last piece here. And then I can start trimming them. All right, grab my handy dandy tool here. Trim them all apart. I guess I'm just going to lay them on my lap because they're kind of big. These are the biggest Dresdens I've ever made. This should be awesome. I'm hoping it turns out, because this will be really cool if it does. It's not going to be like anything anyone else has. Neither will my design that I made up. I have a bad thought. Like, I'm a raunchy person. I have a bad mouth. I think I've told you guys this, and I hold back. But I do have to say that every time I grab one of these, it looks like little spermies. I see things and stuff. I don't know. It's like little spermies. They're little spermies. It's funny. Every time one flies by, it's like, it's a spermie. I know I'm weird, right? When I can't sleep, I'm actually worse. When my mom was here, we played Cards Against Humanity. Have any of you played Cards Against Humanity? And if you're watching this later on a replay, tell me in the comments if you played Cards Against Humanity. Now, that game is one crazy game. Crazy, crazy game. All right. I'm going to flip them. I'm just going to use my fingernail, and it's such thin fabric, it should lay nicely. Look at that. So I have one big, long, huge Dresden spermie. Yep. And then I'll press them I have a lap full of spermies, guys. Okay, that's enough. This is quilting, Tiffany. Quilting. I'm allowed to be silly, especially when I can't sleep. It's making my lap warm. Kind of warm in here, but maybe if I stand up, I'll be okay. I didn't open the window because the rest of the windows of our house are open, so if this is open, then Scott will hear me at the front door and it'll wake him up because I have my chingamabobbers blocking the front door. I mean, the front door, my quilt room door, so that he can't hear me sewing. And I'm just using my fingernail since this is really, like I've told you guys before, gingham is thin, so these points come out perfect. There's no need to even use a poker, like, because it's such thin fabric. My fingernail literally is making them so flat. Question: with how these are cut, is there a lot of bias edges now? You know what? It's gingham. It's not really as stretchy. With the other cuts, it shouldn't be at all because it's still running with the grain. It hasn't curved or diagonaled on it. Some of these cuts, though, because they were scraps, I don't know. They all feel, so far they all look to be on the grain. So it shouldn't be any bias. Should be with the grain on all of them. Like I said, it's only a 9-degree angle, so I really barely, like, here's this green, it goes right there, so it barely cut into it. LOL, must get it from your mom circumcising it. I'm sorry, guys, but that is hilarious. When my mom said that, she's like, yep, we invented a new thing for quilting now. Instead of, clipping the dog ears or housekeeping or trimming the bunny ears, we are circumcising the fabric. That is the new thing. Obviously, I won't say it all the time because some people probably don't want to hear that, but it is funny. And I'm sorry. If you don't see the humor in that, I don't know what to say. Because I am a silly person. So not only do I have spermies, but I can circumcise these little spermies too. Just by trimming all the little pieces off if they weren't folding correctly. Oh, that was awesome. It made me miss my mom. Aw, April. Aunt B says it's freezing. I don't do freezing, guys. I'm chilly in here, but I'm actually sweating now because I have been in a sealed room with a fan on, which kind of sucks. And I could take my sweatshirt off at any time, but I am wearing a pajama shirt underneath. So, and I don't know how see-through it really is. That's why I threw the sweatshirt on. I should just open my window, probably. I don't know. Only 60. What the heck, Vicky? Yeah. You need a vacation home, woman. All of you do. Anyone that lives in cold, you guys all need vacation homes. Real estate's booming right now here, guys. It's a nice place to live. I love it here. Who are you asking that to, April? To Vicky? Vicky's in Michigan, Great Lakes kind of area, up in northern, not very far from Canada. I think that's called Michigan. I'm having a brain fart. Pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah. Up in the top of Michigan, where it's cold. So when I go to sew these together, I'm not going to really care. I'm just going to sew them in groups of 2, making sure that no 2 colors are the same, even though there are some yellows in here that look like they're the same, but one kind of looks smaller than the other. But that's okay. I will just sew them together in groups of 2 as long as no 2 are the same. But I am going to count these when I go to iron. stick to my bipolar Texas weather. I'll stick to my Arizona weather, even though I don't like it right now because it's in the 50s, but all right, 2 more. And I can count them and press them. And I didn't even turn my iron back on. All right, let me plug the iron in while I count these. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I'm mixing them up, by the way, if you guys are wondering why I'm like not counting regular. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Look at that, I actually had 40. All right. Let's turn it, and I'm only, because I pressed all of these before I cut them, I'm only going to carefully press down my points. Actually, I'll do it from this angle. So I'm just going to hold it. It's pressed to one side. It's really nice. I'm just going to center it. Make it really nice. If I was doing the real one that I want to do, I think I'd be a little bit more accurate, but I'm pretty sure that is nice and accurate because gingham has straight lines. So it's lining up on one of the lines. So that definitely works. So I'm just going to stack them out of the way now. A little bit closer. All right. I'm just going to do only the tops. All right. Bye. Stupid iron grabbed it. This one's not a shirt, but a boy. There we go. Does anybody else here design your own stuff? Or do you follow patterns? Do you just get crazy ideas in your head like me and say, shit, I need to do that? Or try this, or try that? How many of you do like me and just come up with something and go, wow, that's going to be awesome? And I would have to say real quickly on Dresden's, be careful you don't burn your fingers. I don't know how many times I have burnt myself trying to line up on smaller Dresdens to get this point nice. Do it all the time. It sucks. April looks on Pinterest and figures it out. Yes, April, our weather is bipolar. Oh, yeah, for Texas. Gotta have my scissors right here to additionally add to the points if needed. It's gonna take me a minute. If I wasn't caring, I'd kind of just start pressing on the. I kind of want them to be at least somewhat accurate. Never know what I'll do with this quilt if it does turn out. Maybe somebody will want it. It'd be she designs her own. That one had a perfume scent to it. I hate perfume. You know, when I start sewing them in groups of two, I could probably sew a dark and a light and a dark and a light. That way, when it goes to go together, it equally blends through the whole entire thing. There's not much steam with this iron either, and it kind of sucks. Add some more water to it. Maybe it will steam better. There we go. Needed more water. Burnt my thumb just now. I think I'm halfway through. Woo. I'm getting to that point though where I'm gonna want to stop because I'm getting hungry, and standing here is killing my legs. Horribly killing my legs. This is why I move around a lot. That's why I like when I long arm, because I'm doing this from one side to the other. When I'm ironing, I'm just like in one spot, doing the same repetitive motion over and over. I think this will probably be my least favorite part of quilting, is the pressing. Because it's so repetitive and I can't move around, and it's hot underneath the iron too. I mean, it's good when you live somewhere cold, but in the summertime, I'm hot in here, so it's definitely hard to be under an iron in the summer. Are you guys, any of you up sewing, or are you guys just watching? Out of curiosity. How many of you are just laying in bed, listening to me ramble about how horrible it is to press? Looks like I'm doing the pee-pee dance, but I'm not. My legs are killing me. Sorry, guys. Just watching right now. I do have other plans for patterns, by the way, to get done. For those of you who've been asking for me to do things, I will get to them sooner or later. I've got a couple of them that I've been trying to draw up, and I have some that are already drawn up. But this was, I was sitting in the room scrolling through Facebook in the group, and I went pretty far back through pictures, and I remembered this, and I was like, you know what, let's go see if it's going to work. Because I had already drawn it up, and I was like, I'm just going to go see now, and it's due time for an Insomniac video anyway, so I just came on. Oh, wait. Hi, Michelle. Oh, let's see. April watching was sewing earlier, hurting too much right now. Yeah, I'm hurting too. I need to move my legs. Went and got my Halloween fabric for sale, 39 cents a yard. Then I'm clocking in for the day. Lacey, Tiff, have you posted photos in your group of all the birthday blocks yet? No, I have not, Lacey. I'll get to it soon. I will start taking pictures. I think I'll probably do it when a little bit more come in. I know there's plenty now, but I kind of wanted to like just have a bunch of them. But I could make a folder specifically, I guess, for birthday blocks. But they're hanging on the wall. And I've been having like serious thoughts and ideas of, some of them are different sizes, you know, like I was saying in So Sunday's video. And some of them are different sizes. So some of them I'm going to have to play with the sashing size. So when I was thinking about it, I was like, well, maybe I could do this, or maybe I could do that. And then it would still look cool, but it would be different because every block is different too. So we'll see what I end up doing with it. As long as all the blocks are here by the end of November, because I want to have it, to start putting it together. And it shouldn't take me long, especially if I just do it regular with sashing only and cornerstones. It should go together pretty darn quickly. And I can quilt it before the end of the year. And the only reason why I'm trying to rush it is because I have a lot of other projects that need to be quilted, but I really want this one done because I don't want to have to wait till my birthday next year, because I won't be able to put the frame or the quilt machine back on the long arm frame, you know, until September. So that just puts me off. So by the time May comes in June, if I don't get it done, it never gets done. So I want to get it done. That's why I'm in a rush to do it. Plus it's wintertime. I would love to cuddle with you guys, if that makes any sense. Cuddle with you guys, your spirit here, with your blocks, your favorite colors and your favorite blocks and all that. I like to feel close to you guys. One thing that's changed a lot in my life is I'm more upbeat and more happy and more, I don't know. Ever since I've been doing YouTube videos, even when I only had 50 followers, I'm lively. It's not that I wasn't lively. I'm a very lively person. It was that I kind of put myself into a rut. All I ever did every day was sew, eat, lay and watch TV. Sew, eat, lay and watch, over and over again. I never did anything. I don't even go anywhere. So this is like me going somewhere and you guys your blocks are like me being there with you guys in Texas and North Carolina and South Carolina and Ohio and where else? Iowa and Australia and so on and so forth. So just know that's why I want to get it done. Okay. Working on Christmas stockings. Susan K. Cleveland is the queen of Dresden. Check out her stuff. I might have seen, is it on YouTube? Sorry, I'm brushing my hair with my fingers so that I could put it into a ponytail because I'm kind of warm now. Just don't cuddle with us without clothes on. Actually, I don't sleep without. I sleep with clothes on. I am 100% a pajama girl. So don't worry, you guys will never be naked in bed with me. I know I'm silly, right? All right. I'm going to lay them like this. I'm going to grab 2 different colors. Put them right sides together like any Dresden. I'm going to line up my ends right here. And I'm going to sew 1/4 inch seam. This is a very long Dresden seam, but I'm going to sew it. This is going to be the moment of truth. So I'm just going to chain piece 2 pieces at a time, every 2 pieces through. I'm going to make sure this is lined up. You can pin your stuff when you do Dresdens, but this is just a sample to see if it works. So I'm just going to chain piece this whole entire thing. Me too. We have to have clothes on. Yeah, I have to have them on. I don't know why I can't. I'm not even the kind of girl that can go without underwear. I don't know why. I'm just weird like that. I know a lot of my women friends, they like G-string underwear and all that. You know, these late night discussions are weird, but it's true. People have all their weird likes and dislikes, and I'm like, I don't like any of that. It's weird. I don't even shave my legs. Thought I would say that out loud. I am a girl that does not shave my legs. Why? Because I, for one, don't need to, because there's not very much hair. But I haven't had to shave my legs ever. I tried when I was 17. I really didn't care for it, you know. So I just never did it. I have a lot of Indian in me, so I don't really need to shave. But I shave my armpits, like any other woman. But I think shaving our legs, men just put it into our heads that, oh, we have to have shaved legs and it blah, 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 blah. I think that's retarded. Women don't need to do all that to impress a man. Just like wearing makeup. I don't wear makeup. I have makeup. I can do makeup for like special occasions or something, or photos with, you know, family, but I do not wear makeup. I barely even know how to apply it. I should actually do that for fun. Do a video and have you guys watch me do my makeup, because that's freaking hilarious. I'm a very, very, very weird person. Vicky has to be covered with fan on. Same, Vicky. I have to have my fan on, but I like one foot out of the covers. It doesn't matter which foot, but my foot has to come out. Only one, though. I don't like both out, because then I get the chills. Hubby can sleep on top of the covers, probably from being in the military for 20 plus years, but I can't sleep on top. You have to be covered. Yeah, I have to be covered. I'm also the kind of person that has to be covered with the covers all the way to my eyes. I pull it up past my ears and up to my eyes. I sleep all weird. I also have to have a ton of pillows. Which in some of my earlier videos, when you guys see in my bedroom, those videos, you can see I love pillows just by those videos, because my bed is covered in them. And not just any pillows, big, long, body, fluffy, huge pillows. outside. Yeah, if I don't pull the covers up, then like the fan, even though the fan is on, sometimes when it's cold, it blows the cold air from the fan. Because, okay, in my bedroom, the air vent that's on the ceiling blows down, and then the fan is like a little bit in front of it, and it blows that cold air once it's blowing from the air conditioner directly to me. And if I don't cover my ear, then I wake up with from the fan blowing at my face. What is it like when I used to ride my motorcycle and go really, really fast? And if I didn't have a helmet on, because we don't have helmet law here, if I didn't have a helmet on, the cold air in the wintertime would get into my ear and it would make it burn in my ears. That's what it does with the fan in the bedroom if I don't cover my ear with the covers. So I kind of got used to it. And even in the summertime, I use my quilt on my bed all the way up to my ears. And I can't just sleep with a sheet. Even in the summer, I have to have a blanket, either a blanket or a quilt on me. And they're lightweight blanket or lightweight quilt. And then I have to have pajamas on too. So I'm definitely bundled up all year round, even when it's 100 degrees outside. Not really bundled, but plenty of clothes and blankets and stuff. Okay, going to clock in the work. I'll finish watching. Okay, Michelle, have a good day at work. Don't work too hard. Actually, I think I'm going to mix this red with the yellow. No, I'm going to mix the red with the blue and the black with the yellow. Kind of not trying to be too picky, but I don't want too many of the same tones next to each other. It does look like ties. That's probably about the length of one too, really, right? Oh, I'm gonna stand up and see. So yeah, this could be, you guys want to make your own homemade tie? This is definitely what you do. You just cut a 9-degree Dresden blade. Bam! Sophisticated tie with a sweatshirt. Come on now. Good morning, Brenda. Hi, Diane. Yeah, so for those of you just joining, I couldn't afford a template for a 9-degree Dresden ruler. So I decided to make my own. Now I am putting together a quilt, a Dresden plate with 40 blades made from gingham, because I have a ton of it in that box that you see right here on the floor. That's all gingham, and I have a big huge tub outside too. So I grabbed 40 different gingham pieces, and I'm making sure this works before I go to the pattern that I designed. And I've got a bobbin. Yeah, you know, if you just piece 2 pieces of fabric together and then roll it out, you know, pull the one piece out, like put a tack on it and then pull it out, you'll have it right sides together, and you just press it and you can create your own tie. Just make this end longer so that you can create the tie. It's actually the perfect way to make one. If you have some really cool fabric, definitely a great gift for a dad out there who wears ties, to make one with custom fabric, you know, that nobody else has a tie made out of, and it doesn't even have to be silk. Cotton ties work just as good. The cool part about these Dresdens being 24 inches is they are such long seams that you can hold them together. But this one, You could hold them together with your fingers as if you're strip piecing by just putting your fingers in between that thing that I do, or in my front finger, or my first finger, and then after my middle finger, laying it in. And just holding it on down. Don't want those two colors next to each other. They're the same blend tone. Again, I do not know what size that the center is going to end up. For the center circle, I'm assuming it's going to be the size of a dinner plate. So that will give me what I need for the, I use a dinner plate to cut out my center circle, actually. That'll work out great. I just need to figure out the outside measurements, since I'm going to be making it in quarters. I'm assuming it's going to be like a lot of inches. It's going to be a lot of inches. It's probably going to be close to 40 inches at least. So you got to think these are going to bow out. These centers don't actually come together. So it's going to be pretty darn big. And I'm talking about the outer quadrants, if you didn't know what I was talking about. So once there's 10 of these together, creating a corner, it's going to be like 35 to 40 inches by 35 to 40 inches. This will be pretty big. Right, I almost sewed those wrong sides together. Oh, I see you extended. Yep, I hung up a second fleece blanket to hang them on. I will definitely have to wash these fleece blankets after, though, because they are covered in thread now. They're just little couch throws that the kids use. But I needed something. I'm having fun here, guys. The things that I create when I can't sleep. It's sure a lot of work. Could you imagine the next pattern? I told you guys it's pieced. Interesting idea. What do you mean interesting? This is an interesting idea? Making this? This is my make it first and hope it works. Because I don't know if my template is accurate. If not, I'm going to have to wait until I can afford to buy the template for this stupid thing. Let's hope this works. Well, I got the idea from, I think it's June that posted it on Facebook in the group a while back, and I really, really liked it. Hers was purple and white, and it's pieced, but differently than what I want to do. Sorry, I'm pairing colors up now. All right, there we go. The last of them are in sets of 2. Make it easier. Cut them all the same. Yeah, I made the template from papers first. Cut out a 9-degree angle, which isn't easy. You have to use husband tools to get the angle. And then used a really long ruler on paper. I taped a bunch of paper together so that I knew I was doing it right. And it took like 10 tries. I literally paper taped tons of paper together, and it took like 10 tries. So I had one on paper that seemed accurate. And once it seemed accurate, then I cut it out in this template stuff that I can't reach. Just template stuff. So you saw when I was ironing, that was the paper one that I think was that last one that got to this point. Sometimes I can figure things out. But this is a little bit on the harder side. My seam got a little tight. There we go. Sometimes I can't look away when I'm sewing because I end up messing up. It should work in theory. We'll see in reality soon. These are a lot of cooking together, and I'm already to that point now where I'm kind of warm now in here, as well as I'm hungry as heck, and I have no snacks in here. If I can just get these all together and get them in sets of 10, or I can stop at the 2-hour mark. I don't know how far it is. I can't tell. I see a 1 because it's a straight line. Other than that, I can't tell. Sew them together like any Dresden, except one regular Dresden is 20 blades. This is 40 blades because of the angle. A regular Dresden, see if I can get this off here. The regular Dresden is 15-degree angle. These are 9-degree angle. So, yeah, I'm hoping that it comes out correct. So you can't just take a Dresden like this and line it up here and go straight up. See, it's too big. It's sticking out on both sides. You can see that. So you can't just take a little Dresden to make this. It takes a little bit of work. And angle rulers for the degrees from Husband Tools. I don't even know what the actual tool is called. I just know it creates angles. Oh my God, I love that new ruler. Love it, love it, love it. The only thing I don't like is that I do have to pick it up, and I'm still not used to reading it. The readings are a little bit different for me. Other than that, it's freaking awesome. I should have way more accurate cuts from now on. Because that thing don't move at all. And I've been thanking Teresa like a bunch for it, because I'm pretty sure that was a pretty penny for those specialty rulers, you know, with anti-grip and stuff. So I've been giving her lots of thanks. And it was definitely an awesome surprise for my birthday. I got fabric from my husband and my son, and a ruler from Teresa. That's all I need, guys. Fabric and rulers. I don't need rotary cutters. And last year, Scott bought me like a 30 pack of blades. So I have blades to last forever, except for this 60 degree. I have blades for my 45, though, forever. He didn't know I needed 60s, so I only have one package of 10 of 60s. Took some getting used to. I love how it doesn't. Oh, I love how it doesn't slip. Yes, the readings is the part that I'm not gonna. It's gonna be a while before I get used to being able to read it correctly. Especially laying it on black fabric with black lines. That's my issue. That's why I got my pink ruler, because laying things on black, I can't see it. My eyes play tricks on me with any kind of ruler that's marked with black lines. And I use a lot of black fabric and dark greens and dark blues and dark purples. So any kind of dark reading ruler is a little bit harder. All right, guys, I'm going to get up. I need to stand. I'm going to cut these off. I'm going to press them open. And then I think I'm going to get off of here and then come back and whenever for another Insomniac thing, because I'm hungry. So let's turn the camera. I know it's not 45, 60, or 30 degree. Hard to find a ruler with a different degree. Yes, it is. All right, let's press these open. I'm just going to press them all to one side or the other, preferably to a darker color, because gingham is also see-through. I'm going to use my fingers first, kind of just smooth it out. Should lay them on the floor and see how this is going to look, but I don't feel like doing all that. I feel like eating. That's what I feel like doing. All right. Get all these pressed, and then also when I come back again, I don't think it's going to be today, obviously, maybe tonight in the middle of the night, but when I come back, I'll piece the sets of tubes together, because I've been here for 1 hour and 49 minutes now. So all right, lay that back. I'm just using my fingernail kind of at the seam, because this presses kind of like batiks do. They just fold back nicely. No wrinkles or folds. They look like really giant hearts now. I think this will be nice. I really hope it works. I hope I got the angle correct and everything, because that'll suck if I didn't. All this work for nothing. But that's why I used crap fabric, so that it's not for nothing, because I can just make something else out of it. Sorry, I decided to walk each individual piece over there so that my legs don't go numb again. I mean, like completely like they were earlier. The more movement, the better. Yes, I'm going to make it work. I would love to press these all to the dark, but I've been pressing them all one way, so I might as well keep that up for when they go together. Shouldn't matter. Ooh, I could just get some muslin. That gray wash muslin to put as my back on this, and then instead of because this is kind of see-through, all gingham is see-through, I could use the muslin and not cut away the back. You know, just make a big, huge square to put these quadrants on, and then just not cut it away. That way these are not see-through anymore, and they would blend with a gray better than any other color, you know. I got 16 wide awake insomniacs. Look at that, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And some of you are actually got a part of you already here hanging out with me. Some of you hasn't came yet, but some of you are already hanging up on the wall. And I'm going to work 5 a.m. All right, Brenda. You have a good day at work. Don't work too hard. No work for me. This is my work for the day. I will probably be, since it's a Monday, off and on all day working on something. Although I was thinking about starting a different new project, not just this, and keeping this as my Insomniac project. Because I'm supposed to be doing other things as well, but you guys all know me. I need to get a couple backing fabrics. I need to go buy some 108 because I would like to load another quilt on the long arm. It's empty right now. Or else I'd be out there doing that. But I need backing fabric. Thank you to buy. Have a good, lovely day. Okay. Yes. Anybody that has to work today, have a good day at work. It's Veterans Day. Should be an easy day. Hopefully. Hi. My hips are popping and cracking. My legs are killing me. It's definitely time to stop for the night after this. I think it's just the ironing. The ironing is standing here. Sitting is fine. When I sit too long, I do need to get up and stretch, but this, like standing right here, and I don't have good posture because I have scoliosis, so I try to adjust, but it's not working. It's killing me. But I'm accomplishing something. That's all that matters. I'm getting it done. I have a feeling that ties, like an actual tie, like you guys, I was hanging it on me, are a 9-degree angle, because this looks just like the shape of it definitely looks like a tie. I think the top is a little bit more than 9-degree though when it comes to the skinny part, because it stays like 1.25 inches the rest of the way for the wrap around the neck part. Couple more to go. And they're in sets of 2, so tomorrow I can put them in 4s and 6s, and maybe if I eat prior to going on, and I won't be hungry enough to need to eat and get off up here. My hubby has that he don't give into it. Has what? By the way, Diane, I saw your pictures on T's video at the end of the video of you and T and you and your husband. Very nice that you got to go to the quilt show. You didn't even tell me how it was. I figured you would have messaged me and shared with me awesome pictures that I'm pretty sure you took a ton of. That show was definitely, I made a comment on her video because the show, all her pictures, our quilt show here would have fit in just the blue sapphire hanging area, like that whole, if it was just one big area where all those blue quilts were, that's where our quilt show would have fit in, just by the looks of things. That building was huge. But then you guys have convention centers and stuff like that. We don't here, so we have the aquatic center. And then we have halls and, like wedding halls and stuff you can have parties in and stuff. But they're not as big. They're at the, local hotels, so they're just as big as any hotel hall. All right, last one. Okay. All right, guys. Let me turn the camera. So now I should have 20 in this stack because they're in 2s now. So it's just going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. So, oh, you did. All right. So I am going to get off of here now. Okay. And I will have episode 4 of in the Insomniac quilting series probably tomorrow night because it's Monday and I don't have the kids and I'm usually up always anyway. So, but I do need to get off of here and eat. It's been 2 hours, so I'll let you guys all get to sleep and or go to work and or whatever it is you guys do. Just like me, I'm gonna eat and lay in bed. That was very beautiful. I get lost in all the beautiful quilts. I bet ours was too. Like, well, you guys saw the pictures. I was there for 2 days of just looking at everything. It's so hard to miss. I mean, there's so many things to miss. So, all right. Well, I'll talk to you later. And HAGD tip. I have no idea what that means, but it's probably have a good day, huh? All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching and joining me. And for those of you who are new, don't forget to head down there, hit that subscribe button, ring that dumb bell and adjust your notification settings, because I do videos in the middle of the night, as well as like and share. We got to get me to at least 1,100 subscribers, somewhere around there. That way I have wiggle room for up and down. That way I can do live streams from any device, outside, inside, anywhere. So let's get the show on the road. Today I am like 5 subscribers away from 700. So it's getting there slowly. I didn't think it would take this long to build a channel, but it is. So, all right, guys. Bye. Love you. Get some sleep. Enjoy your day. Blah, blah, blah. You guys know.